Good evening, Bahamas, on the broadcast tonight. As the political season intensifies, one party leader says rally size won't determine who will win the next government. Plus, a Free National Movement candidate calls the Progressive Liberal Party desperate based on some of its unrealistic campaign promises. And the country's leading gospel artists gear up for an Easter holiday concert.
News is brought to you by Alive, the nation's newest and best LTE network.
Good to be alive.
Welcome to our news, the weekend edition, and thanks for joining us. I'm Andrew Knowles. With the election date now set and Holy Week coming to an end, the major political parties will kick their campaigns into full throttle next week, hosting mass rallies. However, one party leader says rally size has nothing to do with who will win the 2017 general election. In fact, Democratic National Alliance leader Granville McCartney says while the Progressive Liberal Party and Free National Movement may have large turnouts at their rallies, that does not mean either of them will be the next government. Giorgio Bain reports.
While the two major political parties have been going back and forth on social media, comparing pictures and videos of crowds at their recent political events, leader of the Democratic National Alliance, Granville McCartney, says the turnout will not matter when the election results roll in.
They're not talking about the issues. On social media, you'll have persons comparing the sizes of the respective rallies, but that doesn't determine who wins the election. If you bet on that last election, then the F&M should have won.
According to McCartney, those voters who are ready to make a change will not be attending rallies.
The largest crowd is the silent majority. That's the largest crowd. And I think the silent majority is going to determine the election, not those persons who are coming out to the forums or the rallies or the street meetings and that sort of thing, or the openings. It's going to be the silent majority. There's much more of the silent majority than there are persons attending all of the rallies combined.
The Bamboo Town candidate says Bahamians have had enough of both the PLP and the F&M, and the DNA is more than ready to pick up the slack.
Oh, that people want change. People are tired of the PLP and the F&M. They must be. I mean, if you're not tired of the PLP and the F&M, it's very difficult to say that you're living in this country. Things are bad, and they didn't get here just by themselves. They got here because of bad governance over the many, many years, bad fiscal policies, and simply governments over the years not putting the interests of the Bahamian people first.
Reporting for our news, I'm Giorgio Bain.
But with less than a month until tens of thousands of voters head to the polls, Free National Movement candidate for Fort Charlotte, Mark Humes, says he believes the governing Progressive Liberal Party is fighting for its life. Humes insists the PLP has reached desperate levels and says that's evident by unrealistic campaign promises being touted by the Christie administration. We get that story tonight from Jasmine Brown.
The PLP is now fighting for their lives.
Hume's comments echoes those recently made by outspoken Anglican Archdeacon James Balacius, who also said this week that he believes neither the governing party nor the Free National Movement will win 30 seats in the May 10th general election. Deputy Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis told the Tribune newspaper that the PLP will win 30 seats in the upcoming election and the F&M will win 9. Humes did not give his predictions, but insisted one thing is certain.
At the end of the day, the F&M is going to win the next government.
The Fort Charlotte candidate says he believes they will secure a win because the F&M's campaign slogan has hit home for many Bahamians who are fed up with an inept PLP government.
The campaign in general is going tremendously well. I think people are recognizing the strength in the Free National Movement and its new slate of candidates, the whole team that we've put together. I think they're sending a tremendous fear throughout the PLP community.
As for the PLP's campaign, he says there is a stark difference.
We've not been focused on the PLP, and if we do focus on the PLP, it's all about facts. It's not about individual characters, but it's about the issues. So we've stayed on track with the issues. And you'll find that the FNM is going to stay on track about the issues, not about character assassinations and the like. And Dr. Minnis has done a great job with that throughout, and we're going to continue on that.
Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown.
The Progressive Liberal Party has left behind far too many unfulfilled promises, according to Free National Movement candidate for Elizabeth, Dr. Dwayne Sands. Sands, who supported the idea of a national health insurance, mortgage relief, and Freedom of Information Act, says with the House officially dissolving this week, the Christie administration has left behind far too many things undone.
Where's the Freedom of Information Act? Where is the reports on the 2% of BTC? Do we own BTC? Do we have majority ownership in BTC or not? I mean, there were so many things that the Right Honorable Prime Minister promised the Bahamian people, but we know that he is capable of looking people in the eye and uttering something that is fundamentally untrue.
Sands has criticized the PLP on several occasions for the postponement of the first phase of NHI. While it was supposed to be rolled out within the first 100 days of the PLP being in office, Sands says the health scheme didn't even make it out the gate in their last 100 days, and now thousands of Bahamians with health issues are still suffering.
I'm particularly interested in these commercials about NHI, and I'm wondering whether IRCA is going to pull them for false advertising. Because today is the 12th of April, 2017, and not a drop of NHI to be seen anywhere. Parliament has been dissolved. The only thing left now is the executive. All of the members of Parliament have gone out there in the street, they're campaigning, begging people for one more chance, give us one more chance, despite the fact that this thing that you said was going to come within the first year, matter of fact, you said in the first 100 days. Here we are, 1,800, 2,000 days later, no NHI.
As a Bahamian, Sands says he cannot understand how the PLP can continue to make false promises to Bahamians in need.
I don't think we have ever seen such disrespect for the Bahamian electorate than we've seen in the last 5 years. Contempt, disrespect, and the generation of so much mistrust. If you can have $90 million, $100 million of the people's money just go into thin air, and you don't believe it's important to provide an accounting to where the money from road traffic went, where the PHA money went, it's just an absolute disgrace.
Still ahead tonight, the Attorney General defends the Christie administration's last 5 years in office. That story and more when our news returns.